My name's Adora Crystal Evans. It's 11:04. This is a Diva Network event. Diva means driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic. When you join the Divas and you're a sister, it's sisterhood and the men who support us. So we have a lot of amazing men who support us and our members. Papi is one of those, Dan, Rupert. And today we have one of our founding members, and such an honor and privilege. We have other projects that we're not speaking of yet, but that are coming, that are going to create a major wave in the atmosphere. But Papi went from $0 to $1 billion in management and assets in his company, and has one of the top financial management companies in the United States, and has an outrageous passion for people, brothers and sisters, as he calls them, you will see all around the globe, being financially free and living their absolute freedom. And especially, though everyone's included, especially women and children that are diverse. And I'll let him say it in his own words, but it's our honor and privilege to share our who's with you today. And I want you to go into that receptive space, because this could be a passive moment where you just kind of take things in, very good, still goes into the subconscious mind. But you could also actively listen and receive. And by your faith, by your opening, you could receive deeper and with more clarity and power, because you've made a sovereign choice to do so. So if you're with me, say I.
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 Hi.
First time for everything. All right. Welcome, Papi.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be in such a wonderful group today. And just to echo what you said there, Adora, thank you so much for setting that up. If we listen to someone speak 30 days later, we may retain up to 10%. If we listen and take a few notes, 30 days later, we may retain up to 50% of that content. If we listen to someone speak for half an hour, if we listen and we take notes, and we get physiologically involved. We get our body involved somehow, like Adora just did. She just showed you how to do it. She's getting physiologically involved. She's putting her hands up. So what I'm doing through the brief presentation today, if something resonates with you, you can let out like a, yes, I knew that. I can do that. Yes, that's right. Pump your fist a little bit. Get your body physiologically involved. You can remember up to 90% 30 days later. So I'm going to jump on in the door. I know you run a tight ship with the schedule. I'm going to get started. Before I get started, say namaste, my fellow brothers and sisters. The spirit of me greets the spirit in you. So thank you so much for everybody joining today. Thank you so much. And again, I'm going to start off with approximately, Adora said, around a 25-minute approximate presentation, and then Q&A at the end, which is mission critical to have time for that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Again, everything I'm about is manifest anything you can imagine, helping fellow brothers and sisters in need, especially women and children in need. And especially, as Adora said, not exclusive to that, but women and children of color, all across the entire spectrum, across every continent. I'm Papi DiNuzzo. I've got a real strong business background, you may say. Today is about manifesting the law of attraction. And what I've made up, I've curated a special title for today, Live Your Life Inside Out, Not Outside In. So this is what I talk about an awful lot, living your life inside out, not outside in. And I'll be explaining that to you today. I just have a little disclaimer. Everything is paid forward through my financial advisory firm, DiNuzzo Private Wealth. Been in wealth management since 1989. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And this is part of our Paying It Forward. It's a charity community outreach program. We're on pretty much every continent. We've given away free classes, free books, free literature, etc. across the globe. This is a class I teach in Nakuru, Kenya. We've got a little manifesting library set up at the Freehold School with 1,300 of our fellow brothers and sisters. Their ages 13, 14, and 15. And they absolutely love sitting in manifesting law of attraction classes. They love it. I say again, namaste, the spirit of me greets the spirit in you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. And really, at the heart of this, to start off the real big picture, a lot of your life, I'd venture to say pretty much everything is going to be determined by, do you think you're living in a physical 3D world or in a thought world? And real quick, my Italian grandparents came up from the slums of Naples, Italy. My Polish grandparents came up from the ghettos of Warsaw, Poland. They worked in the steel mills. My home base is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we've already talked more about the 5D world than my parents and my grandparents ever heard their entire lives. They worked in those steel mills. They worked physical jobs. You work 6 days a week, 7 days a week, the sweat of your brow, the ache of your back, the ache of your neck. That's how you made money. And you wanted to make more money. You work 60 hours a week. You work 70 hours a week in the restaurant also that my dad had. So this is the biggest fork in the road that you have. Are you going to live your life in the 3D world or the 5D world? I get my fellow brothers and sisters all the time, and I'm talking to them. You've been on earth for 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, 80 years or more. And I asked them, I'm not going to do it. We don't have time today, but give yourself a grade. Health, wealth, love, relationships, spirituality, happiness. Give yourself a grade on these. And the grades typically aren't good. I'm speaking to folks on every continent other than Antarctica. The grades typically aren't good. So if you've been at this from a 3D perspective for 20, 40, 60, 80 years or more, I just ask you, and Adora did a great job earlier, let's open up just for a little bit here, put things aside, just open up your subconscious mind and let me offer you some suggestions today. That's what I'm here for, to offer suggestions that you live in a thought world within a thought universe. I'll quote Buddha to start off with. People would respect Buddha a lot more than Papi. You don't know Papi, but Buddha, one of his famous quotes is, you become what you think, you attract what you feel, and you create what you imagine. There's an awful lot of 5D going on here. There's an awful lot of 5D from Buddha, that you become what you think, you attract what you feel, and you create what you imagine. Everything starts with universal laws. One thing that you hear from me is, one of the comments I get that will come towards me is, Papi, you'll hear the woo word. Oh, Papi, this is woo. This, something's woo, what have you. My fellow brothers and sisters, what I'm talking to you about today, and again, this is my suggestion I'm offering to you, is the least woo thing you'll ever come in contact with your entire life. This universe works like the most largest, greatest, most accurate Swiss watch you could ever imagine. Look at the law of gravity on Earth. I don't know how gravity works. I've never met anybody who can handwrite out the law of gravity, how it works. Does it work? Heck yes, it works. Does it work if you understand it? Yeah, it works. Does it work if you think that gravity doesn't exist? Yeah, it works. Does it work when you're sleeping? It works. It's ubiquitous. It's omnipresent. The same exact thing with these universal laws. Starting, I say an affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now. The universal intelligence, universal subconscious mind, source energy created what only it could create, a perfect and infinite universe of universes, all operating under its perfect and infinite universal laws. And these perfect and infinite universal laws, my fellow brothers and sisters, these are the rules of the game. They're the rules of the game. And if you want to be successful in any game on earth, you have to understand the rules of the game. You're going against these. My fellow brothers and sisters say, Papi, it feels like I walk out the front door in the morning, I'm getting hit upside my head with a 2x4 every day. That's because you're not in harmony, alignment, and flow with universal laws, is what my suggestion is. And I'm going to tap into a little bit of this today. So just some of the laws here, the law of love, balance, energy. Thank goodness for the law of increase. Hallelujah for that this universe is bump, 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 bump. It's increasing. We're here to go out and collect data. We're here to experience. We're here to enjoy contrast. The law of cause and effect, the law of abundance, the law of belief and faith. One of the top ones, law of correspondence, as above, so below. Then we get into the meat of what we're talking about a little bit today, the law of attraction. My fellow brothers and sisters, this is what Buddha's talking about. You are a magnet. Like attracts like. The law, the key word here is proactive creation. One of the main questions I'll get asked is, Papi, you've turned me on to this manifesting thing. Can you teach me how to manifest? I'll say, my fellow brothers and sisters, look around your room right now. Look around your house. Look around your car. You've manifested everything that's all around you, everything, all your experiences, your entire reality. You've manifested all of it. The challenge is, our fellow brothers and sisters, the universe says to me, Papi, 97% of your fellow brothers and sisters are not getting a passing grade on manifesting. For the average human being, we have up to 60,000 thoughts per day. How many of those are negative? For the average fellow brother and sister, 80%. And 90% are recurring. So to make the math easy, out of every 5 thoughts our brothers and sisters are having, 4 are negative. And they're wondering, why do I have all this negativity in my life? Again, I'm just offering a suggestion today. We can't fix anything until we know what it is, what the heck we have to fix. So that's what I'm talking about to start off with. A little bit is like, what the heck do we have to fix? What's our challenge? Law of proactive creation, the law of assumption. You've got to believe this through your feelings, acceptance, expectation, allow it in. My fellow sisters here today, there's so much energy. You know, Adora, I love the feminine energy. I love every time I'm on Diva Network. It just gets me so fired up. I love the feminine energy. This universe is in complete harmony at the highest level. It is masculine, feminine, woven in. This universe needs this feminine energy. That's what attracted me. Adora is such a great leader, but attracted me to the Diva Network. We need this feminine energy desperately in our society across the globe today. So thank you, Adora, for being such a great leader. And then the law of gratitude. Law of gratitude is one of your, I say, manifesting hacks. You want to get started, you can start with gratitude today. Give appreciation, give thanks, give gratitude. Gratitude, the universe, ancient ascended master calls this Papi. Shout it from the rooftops. Gratitude. When you give gratitude, you are in the same exact vibration as abundance. You want to get in an abundant mindset. You want to get on an abundance vibration. Be in full, genuine, honest, authentic gratitude. And you are at the same vibrational level as abundance, and watch things flow to you. Even giving gratitude in advance is the most powerful. Before in this 3D world, you have it in your hand. A very simple image, like attracts like. My fellow brothers and sisters, you are a magnet. Think of yourself as a magnet. This again is exactly what Buddha was talking about. And the caution here is, if you are negative, you will attract negative. If you're positive, you'll attract positive. 4 out of 5 thoughts are negative. What are our fellow brothers and sisters attracting into their lives? There's a lot of negative coming in. Maya Angelou is one of my heroes. And I just love this quote from her. And it seems simple, but it's just so powerful. Ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. So as I teach manifesting law of attraction, some folks, when they start to get like their sea legs underneath them a little bit, they're a little bit bashful because we've got all these limiting beliefs and all this self-doubt and all this negative self-talk. And I'm going to help you just obliterate that. Like a punching bag, you're just going to punch this thing and it's just going to explode. To obliterate these limiting beliefs as self-doubt, you have to ask. You've got to put on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, and step into this new 1% better version of yourself every day. You can easily get 1% better. People say, Papi, how can I do it? So you're having 80 negative thoughts out of every 100 for the average human being. Can you, starting today, go from 80 negative thoughts from your next 100 to 79? Can anybody do that? Nod. I see heads nodding, hands going up. Yes, you got 1% better just going from 80 down to 79. 1% right there. Now, I'm going to talk to you about lowering that negative stack, but also at the same time raising that positive stack. And you start lowering the negative and raising the positive, and you will have a quantum leap. You'll be improving. You will not recognize yourself in a year, hardly. You will not recognize anything about yourself within 5 years. You all have something very, very special inside of you. You came to Earth for a reason, and that's what I'm here for. I'm like Mr. Remember. I'm here to get you to remember. 2 most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why, the day you remember why, the day you identify your purpose. Every one of you, I can guarantee you, has a special gift, unlike any of our 8 billion fellow brothers and sisters on this planet Earth. Every one of you can be or is great at something, and that's what we're here for. That's what Diva Network's here for, to help you shine. I'm going to talk about that lamp in a little bit, Adora. We're going to shine that lamp and let our sisters, just let them loose here. My chain of command, if you want to know the executive summary on Papi, the executive summary for me is historic, and it goes from Andrew Carnegie, who also came to the United States without a penny in his pocket, from Scotland, and he came to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, my hometown here. He's arguably one of the 5 most successful entrepreneurs in the history of our country. He accumulated a net worth hundreds of billions of dollars. One of his famous quotes is, I spent half of my adult life accumulating a vast fortune, and I spent the last half of my adult life giving away my vast fortune. He literally gave away 99% of what he had accumulated. He is on the table of humanity and loves his fellow brothers and sisters and wanted to share this word. He shared it with Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill got older, hired a young Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale got older, hired a young Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor got older. Bob passed away a few years ago. I was in his inner circle class when he passed away a few years ago. And that is literally the chain of command. So if you don't know what you're getting with Papi, you're getting that exact chain of command. So when he shared it with Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, then I picked up the torch and I'm carrying it with Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. That's where I'm coming from. But if you like any of that, I'm the living, breathing word, presence, what have you, from that genealogy from the table of humanity. So thank you for letting me share that. Andrew Carnegie, one of his famous quotes, again, think back to what Buddha said. Think of what we're here. And any idea that's held in the mind that's either feared or revered, either good or bad, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical forms available. My fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow sisters on this call, however powerful you think you are, however much ability you think you are, I love all of you immensely, but you're grossly underestimating yourself. You are grossly underestimating the power that you possess. Why is a thought so powerful? I'm going to show you a quote a little bit. Nikola Tesla is, I believe, one of the smartest individuals to walk this planet Earth in the last 200 years. He was asked walking out of a presentation, Mr. Tesla, I think you're the smartest person on earth. Can you share a secret with me so I can be successful here and accomplish whatever I want to accomplish? What are the secrets of this world I live in, the universe? He said, if you want to understand the secrets of this world, this universe, you need to understand three things. This is a math genius, a quantum physicist. You need to understand three things: vibration, energy, vibration, and frequencies. He said energy, vibration, and frequencies. That's a very unique answer from a genius, a mathematical quantum physics genius. We live in a universe. You live in an energy field, a field of consciousness all around you. When you have a thought, it's just not a thought. You came here to Earth to love yourself. And what do I mean by love yourself? When you realize the awe-inspiring power that's inside you that you've been given, you will be like Bob Proctor. I kiss my hand, like I kiss myself. I love you. I love. Tell your body. Look at Professor Masaru Emoto. Look at water.
Hey, can we
Look at
take a
plant.
moment and make sure people stop and kiss their hands? Like, come on, guys. You got to
Yeah, tell your body, I love you. I
But let
love
me
you. I
see
love you.
it. Let me see it. Rupert,
I
don't,
love you. I
you're
love you.
here.
I love you.
Kiss your
I
hand.
love you.
Kiss your hand, Rupert.
Tell
No?
those
Okay.
trillions of cells inside of your body that you love them. Look at Dr. Masaru Emoto, E-M-O-T-O. Look at his research. He would walk to a jar of water and say, I love you every day. And he'd walk to another one and say, I hate you every day. He would freeze that water and look at it under a microscope. Your life will never be the same if you look at those pictures from talking to water. Water is conscious. It has memory. Your plants, if you like plants in your house, within your house or your garden, do they know when you're coming home? They know when you're coming home from 1 mile to 2 miles away. The plants in your house have that level of consciousness that they recognize you 1 mile to 2 miles away. And these are just suggestions today. I offer you suggestions, but when you start seeing geniuses like Nikola Tesla, listen to Buddha, listen to Nikola Tesla, just as suggestions: energy, vibration, and frequencies. Napoleon Hill, ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. What are everybody talking about? Ideas and using your imagination over and over. Bob, my hero, if you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. God bless you, Bob. From Papi, you will succeed or fail with your self-talk. It serves as your ultimate litmus test. So what I coach is, yeah, and there's different ways of doing it, but I coach affirmations, I coach intentions. You can go through prayer as well. There's other ways, but just say affirmations, intentions, prayers. I get it all done with just that. And the litmus test is, if you want to know how well you're doing with that, what is the self-talk, the inner conversations with yourself, your self-talk? If it's all good and pure, you are manifesting, it is going to come to you. All these conveyor belts. So you've got a conveyor belt of health, physical health, mental health, wealth, happiness, love, relationship, spirituality. All these are coming towards you. If you're authentic, if you're genuine, if you put it out to the universe, you came here to love yourself, to love your fellow brothers and sisters, and to do no harm. And also in the tie for number one, you came here, literally you planned when you came here in this incarnation to manage energy. What was Nikola Tesla talking about? So you got to be careful about managing energy. Why? Because your thoughts are harnessing and directing energy. Your thoughts, that's how powerful you are. When you have a thought, you have one thought, a firework goes off up in the 5th dimension or above. And when that little dust and smoke settles down, the faint outline of what you were thinking about, your thought form, you can see it in the universe. Now, what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce is emotion. You have that same thought and you apply emotion to it, and boom, 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 a couple dozen fireworks go off. And when that dust settles, you see the outline of your thought form a lot more developed, a lot clearer, etc. So it's your thoughts. I say, if you can think it in your mind with the emotion of that of a child on Christmas morning, you can and will hold it in your hand. If you can think it in your mind with the emotion of that of your inner child, you can and will hold it in your hand. It's your thoughts. It's applying emotions to your thoughts is where the magic happens. So pay attention to your self-talk. Your self-talk, on average, human beings, we have 5,000 self-talk events per day. 5,000 times you're talking to yourself. What are you telling yourself? That you can do that? Are you telling yourself there's no way in God's green earth you ever do it? This is before Oprah got really successful. And I always like to look to people, how do you go from like $0 to like even $1 million or 10 million or 100 million before you get into the billions? And this is going way back, a quote from Oprah from decades ago. This is a quote from Oprah. You control a lot by your thoughts. Exactly what we're talking about today. And we control a lot by our joined thoughts. So there you go. Universal subconscious mind, just like your subconscious mind, this wonderful gold beam of light that's attached, going from all of me to all of you, all of us crossways, going up. It's connecting all of our fellow brothers and sisters, universal subconscious mind. We control a lot by our joined thoughts, by what I and we believe. When I started to figure that out for myself, I became careful. What did Andrew Carnegie say? Either feared or revered thoughts. Be careful one way or the other, good or bad. I became careful of what I think about and what I ask for. I was like, what else can I do? What else can I manifest? Because I've seen it work. I've seen it happen over and over and over. And I'm telling my fellow brothers and sisters, Andrew Carnegie gave me the message loud and clear. Whenever he shared information with Napoleon, it says, Papi, I manifested every single penny on planet Earth through manifesting law of attraction. And a lot of my billionaire buddies that I know also did it the same way. You'll see if you do some research, billionaires, multimillionaires, politicians, it could be actors, actresses, all across the board, athletes. Take a look at what they do. Steph Curry, who has more basketball talent than I could ever imagine. I'm just reading a few months ago. He's been in the league. He's done tremendously well for years in the NBA basketball. He says, I attribute a lot of my success that I take time. I do specific meditation before every game that I play. I do specific meditation. Michael Jordan, considered the greatest of all time. If I didn't hear him say that he visualized what occurred, if I didn't hear him say that 1,000,000 times, I did not hear Michael Jordan say that once. He visualized it over and over and over. Just to get to address the woo, this is just what I've done. Again, I know I'm one person. We're talking about Andrew Carnegie and everybody else here through Papi Mindset Coach. What I'm here for today, I've got a 501c3 global manifestation mindset charity, DiNuzzo Private Wealth, which I started with $0 in 1989, grown to over $1 billion last year. Some other companies, and this is just not to, there's no narcissism, but this is just to address that woo factor again, because I see business people over and over and over as actors, actresses. You can go to Jim Carrey. You can go quote people all day long. If you take a look at this, Arnold Schwarzenegger laying in his bed in the hills of Austria with goats and cows outside, saying he's going to be the #1 bodybuilder on planet Earth. His dad thought he was crazy. You just go through these stories, read these stories from these folks over and over from every walk of life, how they got to be uber successful. And this isn't just money. Again, I repeat, health, physical health, mental health, love, relationships, spirituality, whatever you want to do, whatever conveyor belt you want coming towards you, you, my fellow sisters and brothers, can manifest anything you can imagine. I went from no books to all these books, and now I made #1 national, international Barnes and Nobles, #1 Amazon, #5 Wall Street Journal, USA Today bestseller. Again, I knew nothing about this. I started with $0 under management. I manifested every single dollar is what I'm here to share with you, to go from one goal to another goal to another goal. And also, I knew nothing about books. I applied the same process to books. I can't tell my story yet, but for a big project with Adora, and Adora doesn't even know this whole story, but the challenges I was having was something that just opened up. So what happens one day, I'm working on this for 18 months or so, and I'm manifesting. I'm running into a wall, running into a headwind. I'm running into this, and Adora just calls me out of the clear blue sky. Hey, Papi, I got an idea I'd like to share with you. That idea was the exact solution to what my challenge was. And we'll be able to share that in the future. But this just happens if we pay attention over and over and over. We see it over and over. Again, Think and Grow Rich to manifest anything you can imagine. Albert Einstein, again, if I think he's in a tie with Nikola Tesla for the smartest individual potential last couple hundred years. What does Albert Einstein say about what we're talking about? Everything is energy. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but to get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. This is almost where science gets so high and spirituality is so high naturally where they meet. So I forgot to mention at the beginning, my orders from the universe are stay as high as possible, as neutral as possible. I'm neutral as to religion. I'm neutral as to politics. I'm neutral as to countries. So where I'm coming to you from today is from a perspective of 100% love and just from 100% spirituality. Stay neutral as to everything else. But Albert Einstein saying the same thing. I'm coaching. I just picked one athlete to coach, one golfer. He's a young gentleman, and I've been working with him for a year and a half or two now. And I told him, I tell him all the time, he's from this Pittsburgh area here. And if any of you ever heard of Arnold Palmer, he's a very famous golfer. I said, whether it's Arnold Palmer, whether it's Tiger Woods, whoever it is, if you get your vibration at exactly where they were when they won a tournament that they won, it can be no other way. It can be no other way. You will golf that minus 12 or minus 15 or whatever it is. If you get on the same exact vibration, every one of you can accomplish anything. The simple rule is if you look out and you see any of your brothers and sisters who've accomplished anything, you know for certain that you can accomplish that if they've accomplished it. What you even know is something that no one's ever accomplished, that each of you have the ability. Each of you is special beyond your comprehension. Find what's special. Remember that and find that inside. You'll never work another day in your life. Nikola Tesla, if you want to find the secrets of this universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Smartest people on earth. I just want to take a pause for a second, Adora, because I forget to do this sometimes. So if you do get a chance, if you have a chance, everybody probably has a smartphone handy. And I'm like very visually oriented. If you don't mind, if you want to take a pause for a second, if you want to get your smartphone and just go online, because I'm going to give you something free. So I love to give stuff away. You'll go to Papi Mindset Coach. I'll put the address back up. You go to papimindsetcoach.com. And I'm going to show you here because I'm very visually oriented. I'm not sure what happened on my other. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Can you see the website now? Okay. So yeah, you'll just go to the website, papimindsetcoach.com. And at the top in free challenge, if you click on free challenge, you just put your first name and your last name and your email address. I'm going to send you 7 days of free coaching. It's a free challenge. There's no strings attached. If you don't want anything else, that's fine. It leads into a 28-day course, but this will be very beneficial. If anything with you today is resonating, just go to my website, first and last name and your email address. I'll send you an email every day for the next 7 days. And in addition to that, when you go to my website, you'll see right here, free ebook. So I will give you my book for free. It's an electronic book. You can go here and click on free ebook, and I will give you a free book as well. So I say to read my book every day. I know that this works. I've done it my entire life. I've taken this directly from that lineage, and I'm here to share it with you for the rest of my life. Get rid of this. Okay, so that's the 7-day free challenge. Now we're getting to the heart and soul. In order to live your life inside out instead of outside in, you must protect your subconscious mind at all costs. Your subconscious mind is what produces 95% of what you produce here on earth. Your conscious mind, I call your conscious mind your stinking thinking. If any of you have ever heard of Dolores Cannon, I love her description. Dolores Cannon called your conscious mind Mr. Stupid. So I can go with her. She's a lot more well-respected and known across the globe than I am. We want to get your conscious mind out of the way and get to the magic that resides in your subconscious mind. What did Buddha say about this? Nothing can harm you as much as your thoughts unguarded, as much as your unguarded thoughts. Again, what's Buddha talking about here? I'm going to show you a picture. One of the most important images I've ever seen. Thank goodness for Dr. Fleet about 100 years ago out of New Mexico. this came to him and it was rediscovered. This is your mind. Your mind is your conscious mind working in harmony with your subconscious mind, working in harmony with your body. I ask most of our brothers and sisters, what do you think your mind is? They say, Papi, I think it's my brain. I'll say it's no more of your brain than your nose or your toes are. It's your conscious mind working in harmony with your subconscious mind, working in harmony with your body. So why are these thoughts so important? Up above here, above your head in this image is where your imagination is. That is what's so powerful. Thinking thoughts. You think a thought and it comes into your conscious mind. You apply emotion to it and more emotion, and it turns into a desire, and it's in your subconscious mind. This is when the vibrations are coming out of your subconscious mind and down and through your body that cause you to take action. That's where your results come from. So it's
Papi.
your conscious mind's number one. Yeah, Adora.
Oh, sorry. We have Ali here, so we need to take a brief commercial break. So
Yes.
Tuesdays are, first of all, are you enjoying this? Yes or no? Are you enjoying sitting with someone who learned to put $100 billion, 100 million? I already took it, 100 billion, 1 billion. I'm already
Working on that. Yeah.
100xing you, Pappy, uh, in assets. That this is your circle. Do you know who you are, who you hang out with, right? So Tuesdays we do as a community taster of what is possible coming into the Diva Network. So with your go ahead, we're going to take about 5 minutes to just let you know what is the Diva Network, how do you join the Diva Network, and we're going to give you our bonus that's happening right now with the Diva Network, which I do bonuses on purpose. We're people that we need urgency. I don't know if you need it, I need it. If you tell me if I buy today, I get something extra, I buy today instead of putting it off tomorrow. So I'm going to let you know we came up with something good. All right, so are you ready for that? Say yes. We're in that energy. You're receiving, and I know you're people who wanna know more and how to receive more, but also who give generously. So, Ali, if you want to take about 2.5
Yeah,
minutes, I'll take 2.5 minutes for the bonuses.
I'm on it.
Yeah,
Absolutely, because
taking notes.
I was eating that information from Pappy, and definitely want to make sure we don't lose that momentum. First and foremost, thank you for being in here. Look, the reality is you already gotten your bonus the moment you heard from this gentleman speaking and training and teaching. Like, you are ready to rock and roll for the rest of the year just by the little bit that you received. But let me ask you a question: if there were a possibility for you to be part of a high vibration community, purpose-driven sisterhood, and the men like myself who support them, how about networking and collaborating 7 live hours per month with different individuals like you are right now, connecting globally inside our school community? Look, I speak 6 international languages and I want to use them all over the world with you. How about a Diva Talk, where you have a same style as a TED Talk, where you get 10 minutes signature talk opportunity housed in our school library for instant exposure and building credibility that attract collaboration? Podcast features, that's my world, where you get your voice that belongs to the world's bigger stage, where we will feature you on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Audible, Apple Podcasts, and many other platforms. How about lifestyle?
Pause. But first of all, that podcast, when he says it's his lane, not only are you featured there, but you're featured alongside special guests like Don Green of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, like Papi DiNuzzo, like Jeff Hoffman. And I want to say, why did we do that? Because here at the network, we determined, one, not just to be a network, but to be a movement and a community, but to share the resources that we have, which part of our resources, since we're on TV and have TV shows, is media and authority. And so we went, how do we open the door to position you, driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic leader that you are, next to other game-changing trailblazers, so that when people are listening to you, they're listening to you from the space of, oh, this person is at level with these other people. So, okay, Ali, thanks for letting me interrupt.
Of course, yeah. And look, it's all about deliverables, real deliverables, right? So all this stuff is to give you the platform, the voice, and the credibility that you desire and you deserve, because we know you have the goodies. the Diva Network is going to give you the stage to showcase it at a best primetime channels. Now, if that's not enough, we also included some tools and resources such as Diva Lifestyle Perks, where there's discounts on travel portal. Imagine having your own booking engine that you can save up to 35% on car rentals, on hotels, and many other perks as well. Founders only escape trips. We're going to be going in mid-September. And yes, we're taking over a whole section of the resorts. And I don't know about you, there is magic and billion-dollar ideas come out when you have a cocktail in one hand and you're chilling with the infinity pool and talking about the future. There's some magical thing happening in business. Vacation incentives where not only you can use for yourself, but you can give away to your clients as a thank you and a lead magnet. And yes, for our founding members, it is unlimited. You can give them away as many as you want to. Now, these are not timeshare presentations. There is no ads that we are tagging or targeting individual. They're truly just a gift where we're comping the full total dollar amount of the stay to just taxes and resort fees. Now, last but not least, the Diva Wallet. And this allows you to be part of our directory where you can list up to 3 offers in our Diva Wallet, whether it's a discount, whether it's a special event, whether it's a ticket item, whether it's a book, and you can offer it inside for obviously spotlighting your business in our global community. Ladies and gentlemen, we all want to have the right strategic partner, and the Diva Network is the ultimate strategic partner in all things that you want, desire to grow from a business perspective to an information to a transformation perspective. So I'm super, super excited. And I know what you're all waiting for. How much is this going to cost me? How about an annual fee of $1,147? Now, if you're like, did he just say $1,000? That's per year. How many of us in the chat entertain me? You spend more than $1,000 on a course. You spend more than $1,000 on one training. You spend more than $1,000 on a purse. You spend more than $1,000 on Jimmy Choo's. All right, let me stop picking on you. But all I'm saying is it's $3.15 a day. You spend more on a latte every single day, then you need to spend $3.15 on your future. Adora, I'll give it back to you for that bonus.
Awesome. Give it up for Ali, the men who support us. He has quite a resume himself and has built multiple companies and is our partner. So I know you're enjoying Papi. We're going to go back and make sure you have Q&A as well as the opportunity to network. But our special authority building offer is we do regular broadcasts. We can put it in gallery view. We do regular broadcast with, there we go. I like seeing your faces, with top talent agencies. So they're different every year. We did a Can You Really Think and Grow Rich, New Psychology of Winning, which, by the way, Papi, on that one, I did the last interview with Bob Proctor outside of his own ecosystem, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, and so we have one coming up, the Inventors and Innovators broadcast. Sharon Lecter will be on that broadcast, Lisa Nichols and Jeff Hoffman, many, many others. And if you are founders and you are in a clean business, just mean nothing shady that, you know, which I don't imagine any of you are. I imagine you're all in great businesses. You will be featured on that broadcast, and we will give you marketing assets. The last time David Fagan and I did a broadcast together, we had 4,000 people on average watching live the entire time, just on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This is going to also go on Roku and Amazon and have some other afterplay, but huge authority building opportunity. To sponsor an event like this would cost way more than your year membership. And so you're getting this because of who you know that invited you to who they knew, and that I have a background in producing these events and a strong desire to bring more driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic leaders with us. So definitely become a founder, like Papi is a founder, and lock arms with us. Get back to the person who invited you. Or when we go into networking, if you have questions, you can stay here and we make sure we get you set up. All right, back to Papi to land the plane, ask questions, and allow time for networking. Yay! We'll have Papi longer Thursday, by the way. Those of you who are members, we get to go deeper.
Yeah, so I'll buzz through the end here, so we got time for Q&A. This is what it looks like. What's coming at your conscious mind, my fellow brothers and sisters. And your conscious mind, again, its number one job is to protect your subconscious mind. News, weather. Some of our fellow brothers and sisters, they hear the weather report in the morning and they're shot for the day. They're in a negative vibration. In order for you to be successful, you get to win your day. Winning your day is mission critical. When do you win your day? There's a very high correlation between winning your morning to win your day. And when do you win your morning? When you first wake up. I teach a waking ritual instead of a routine, waking ritual. That's when you start to win your day. That's what I'm coaching you up on. Your conscious mind protect you. Social media, friends and family beliefs, social norms, parents, TV, internet, radio. You get to reject, cancel, and refuse to participate when anything negative comes towards you. You, my fellow sisters, are the queen. You're the gentleman. You're the king. You're the ruler. Your subconscious mind, by universal law, must take action on every suggestion you offer to it and every suggestion you allow it to hear from somewhere else. You get to and need to protect your subconscious mind at all costs. That's mission critical, protecting yourself at all costs, your subconscious mind. Where do most ideas, Adora's doing such a wonderful job getting this entrepreneur, this wonderful feminine energy, this entrepreneur sisterhood together. Where did the greatest ideas go to die for our fellow brothers and sisters? They die at when you tell a family member, you tell a mom, a dad, brother, sister, one of your sons or relatives, I got this greatest idea. They tell you you're stupid. They'll look you in the eye and say, I love you to death. Don't go and tell anybody that. You're going to get the living daylights embarrassed out of you. That's where their limiting beliefs are coming in. That's where everything else comes in. So some things, if you need to keep it yourself. What did Adora say earlier? She stole one of my thunder. The universe says, keep your inner circle as small as possible and keep it as tight as possible. You want your inner circle and fellow sisters and brothers who are vibrating at your level or higher. That's what's going to take you to the next level. If you've got folks who are dragging you down at a negative energy, you need to, with all due respect, my fellow sisters, respect yourself and start to manage that. Do not allow them to take you down. You've got a magic lamp in your subconscious mind, a magic lamp that can give you unlimited wishes, not like Aladdin's lamp, but unlimited wishes. I talked about you rejecting and canceling, refusing to participate. Just as simple as saying, I cancel, I reject, or just nope. Now, when you do this, you don't put any emotion to it because emotion is that secret sauce. Something comes at you. I've been in the money management business since 1989. We've got 4 conference rooms. I'm in the home office today. We always have at least one room on with the stock channel, so we know what stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, gold, what everything's doing. Every month, at least once a month for the last 36 years I've been doing this, every month, sometimes once a week, sometimes more frequently. I walked by that TV and there was a quote unquote expert on saying the economy's going to hell in a handbasket. We're going to be in a depression. We're going to be in a recession. You know what I say every time? I say, I refuse to participate. I want you to refuse to participate. You are beautiful. You're intelligent. You're talented. You have more talent. I'm a walking, talking pep talk, and I'm looking at all of you, and I'm feeling this energy coming off the screen. And each of you is gifted. Each of you, whatever you think you can accomplish, we need to 10x that up from where we're at right now and take it to the next level because you do have it inside of you, and that's what I'm here for, to show you how to do it. Again, I talked about thoughts, 80% negative, 90% recurring. We want to get away from that. Of course, you can follow me on any social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, amongst others. But these are the big 4 that I'm on. So you can follow me, PapiMindsetCoach.com, on any of the major social media channels. And I even do it myself. I listen to my audiobook. It's on Audible. I listen to it every week. I listen to my 28-day course. I listen to them. I eat my own cooking, so to speak. I literally listen to this on a weekly basis, 2, 3, 4 times as often as I can. So you can even just go on social media, one of these, and scroll through. You hear like 3, 4, 5 positive messages in a row, and it can literally help to elevate your vibration. Play that book in the background or someone else's that you like that helps to elevate your vibration. Instead of music, instead of the TV, there's messages coming at you, propaganda, negative stuff, negative subliminal, there's all kind of challenges. So control what you can control. I'm going to open it up, Adora, for Q&A, any questions. And if there's anything in the chat, Adora, if you want to help me with any
Yes.
questions in the
Yes.
chat.
And what I'll say is because we want to have some time for networking, we'll do one question and
Beautiful.
then we will have Pappy back Thursday and it's all Q&A. So we can go deeper there. I just want to echo, I love that you put in your success in this physical reality. And one of the reasons I love Pappy as a teacher on this topic is there are lots of teachers who teach this, but to show evidence that you have used the principles, created something, that transference is a different level when someone has gone out and it's a different level. So we're really grateful to have you here sharing. And even though money was his focus and managing money and creating wealth was the focus, what is he saying is the number one key? Your mindset, what you believe about yourself, what your, I wrote a book, 30 Days to Majestic Money, 30 Days to Femme Manifesting. And the majority of the book was self-love, getting into the body, especially for women. We are, we talked about the subconscious and the masculine, feminine world. The way I see it is the subconscious is feminine and the seeds we plant, that's acting from our masculine. So masculine, feminine, we all have it. And then something is birthed, right? So it is through the feminine that you manifest, but the majority of that was all internal focus. So that's what Les Brown would say. I think he was the first one to say it. Now a lot of people say it, but that's what you call a clue. Success leaves clues, right? And so I want to echo that when you're hearing these things that we hear again and again, and they seem mind and energy and all of that, I want to anchor in that it is the base and for what you create in reality. And that even if you have two people that create the exact same thing, the energy from which they create it will be the fruit of the joy of that creation. Do you know what I mean? So if two people make you the exact same meal and one person does it from love and enjoyment and passion, and the other person does it from bitterness and, just so angry, the energy of that transference will be wildly different and have a different outcome. So even if you've already have $1 billion in asset management or you've created big success, the question still always becomes, but who am I being when I'm doing this? And what energy am I putting out as I'm creating this? So no matter what you're creating today, whether it's a wonderful time with your child for summer, or it's your next book or your next client conversation, I want you to stand in that richness that Pappy really presents for us. Okay, Melanie, your question.
Thank you, Adora, and thank you, Pappy. That was amazing. So one of the things that I've heard from my coach is that the difference between negative self-talk and protective self-talk. And I don't know if you've heard that or would make a distinction, and if you would, for me, it makes me a lot more compassionate to myself, and it's not so harsh when I realize that some of that talk is protective, and then I can have my soul communicate with my mind and say, thank you for protecting me. That did happen in the past. I was embarrassed in the past. That, he talks about it in Arrested Development. So I'm just wondering if you ever make that distinction, and if what your thoughts are about that, or
Yeah, I don't make a distinction, but one thing that you had mentioned, Melanie, is about the past. The universe is eternally grounded in the future. And the universe is Pappy. One of the main reasons your fellow brothers and sisters are not manifesting proactively is because they're looking here and looking at the past, and they're complaining about the past, and they're complaining about it and griping about the past, or they're looking over here at the future and they're fearful and worried about the future. You must always keep your head where your feet are at. You can only proactively manifest if you are in the present. That's why everything is, I am so happy and grateful now that. So what I coach Melanie is, yeah, I don't ever talk about the past. I don't ever talk about anything that's happened negative before. One of the comments that come up to me, Papi, you don't understand. My dad was an alcoholic, or whoever raised me, whatever else it is. Whoever raised us did the very best they could. But you don't understand, Papi, they were a drug addict. They did the very best they could as a drug addict. That you knew this. You picked this life, okay? You picked this life to come into. You picked those parents. You knew what your challenges was. And the more challenging it is, I felt bad, Melanie, a little while ago. I said to the universe, because of some of our fellow brothers and sisters, physical disabilities and different things, they said, Papi, you knocked that off right now. They said, your brothers and sisters knew that when they came in that body. They said, that's a warrior spirit. They're a badass. We look at our fellow brothers and sisters we think are challenged. They came in, they said, they're so good, they're so tough, they're going to overcome those challenges. But yeah, I just do simply, it's positive thoughts. Now I'll do affirmations, Melanie. I'm so happy, grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now. I live in abundance every day in every way. Every day in every way without delay. I'm so happy and grateful now. I live in prosperity every day in every way without delay. I'm so happy and grateful now that I live in safety and security every day in every way without delay. So I'll state it like that, positive. My fellow brothers and sisters, to have a robbery, there's a robber and a robbee. The person who robs one, the person who gets robbed. There cannot be a robbie unless the robbie invites that in, thinks that thought. It cannot happen. It cannot occur. If we don't put this thought in our head and put this energy out to the universe, a robbie cannot get robbed if they never have that thought, if they don't put it out there. We can manifest anything we can imagine, except for an asterisk. Karmic lessons are at the very top. We come in for karmic lesson, which is a story for another day, other lessons in our contracts, but it's all within our control across the board. But we need to be present at all times, not thinking about the past, not worried about the future, not complaining, be in the present.
Awesome.
So, Adora,
thank you so much, Papi. And I know
thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. I know we've got
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful energy. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me today. And so nice to see a lot of familiar faces also. Thank you. I didn't get a chance to say hi to everybody individually. Okay, namaste, my fellow brothers and sisters. Thank you so much.